Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to the soul frequency. And today we're tuning into the subtle signs the universe sends us when we're out of energetic alignment and how to shift back into your divine flow. I'm apologizing beforehand if the video quality is not up to standard, but it's been raining cats and dogs. I don't know why they call it that. If any of you know, please let me know in the comments below. But it's been raining, and at this stage, I'm not really worried about the quality of the video or anything like that, because after all, we need to stop putting so much pressure on ourselves to make sure that everything is perfect, because at the end of the day, it's not about the perfect video or the perfect lighting or whatever the case might be, but it's about our own energy and the energy that we send out into the universe. So let's get right into the signs that you need to look out for to make sure that you are always aligned. So let's get into the 5 signs. Number 1, this is when you are feeling tired, disconnected, emotionally drained. So this is not just physical in our physical bodies, but emotionally drained, or when we feel energetically off. So every time when something doesn't feel right, we feel tired most of the time, we feel disconnected, we feel like nothing is working. So that's basically, like I said, not just physical, but also emotionally. And when you can feel your own energy being off in a way. So the number one thing to shift and to make yourself come back into alignment is to do stuff like breath work, grounding, or maybe just even taking nature walks. I know that taking walks outside in nature is a great way to do this as well, for grounding our energy and to just be present in this moment, because everything happens in the here and now, in the present moment, not in the past, in the future, or anywhere else, but right here, right now, in the moment, in the present moment. So if you can find ways to ground yourself and ground your energy, this is really going to help you a lot. Okay, so number 2, you're overthinking or forcing outcomes. So basically, that is when you have too much going on in your mind and not enough inside your heart and your body. So anytime when we overthink, we tend to exhaust ourselves in a way. And this is really not a good sign at all, because this again leads back to sign number 1. When you are feeling disconnected, tired, and you're overthinking, that's when everything feels like it's suppressing you and keeping you down. So a great way to shift this is by surrendering to rituals. Surrendering rituals, maybe surrendering meditations, or even journaling. I know that journaling can be a great way. And one question that you can ask yourself is, what am I trying to control? What am I trying to control? And then just journal on that and see what comes up. And you don't have to force anything or be in a state where you have to do it and you have to do it now, but Just let it flow. Just ask yourself the question, where am I trying to force things, or where am I trying to take control? And then just see what answers come up for you. So a great way to do that is just to journal a few questions. You can even take questions of your own and then just sit by yourself for a moment and see what comes up for you. Put it on pen and paper, and you'll see that when you are done with that practice as well, that it's going to have an immense impact on you in a positive way. Okay, so let's get to number 3. Okay, number 3. This is when I actually want to say when you as a person is saying yes, but your soul is saying no. So basically, you are out of alignment with your boundaries and your truth. So it actually, that comes in more when we are always trying to satisfy other people. So we will say yes, yes, yes to everything, but deep down our soul says no, I don't want to do this. You don't have to. So but we as humans tend to, we want to keep everyone and everything happy. Okay, that's just how we are. But it doesn't work that way, because at the end of the day, you are basically, you are keeping everyone else happy and not yourself. So you are going to start draining yourself. And a great way to shift this is to practice sacred no's. No is a full sentence. So if you would like to say no to something that you feel deep down in your energy, in your soul, is not in alignment or not working for you, then that's fine. Then you have the right to say no. So you have to come back to your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice. It's always there, it's always trying to guide you. So listen, just get quiet for a moment and listen to your inner self and try to understand your boundaries and your truth and know when to say yes and when to say no, but not just from yourself as human, but also from your soul and your heart. Okay, let's have a look at number 4. And this is going to be a really, really great one, because this is when your manifestations feels blocked or maybe even forced in a way. So this is when you are trying so hard, but it feels like nothing is working, nothing is flowing, everything is forced, it's blocked, nothing is coming to you. So like I said, you're trying and you're going and you're manifesting and you have all of these desires, but at the end of the day, it feels like you're stuck in one place. Nothing is working, nothing is flowing. So it feels like at the end of the day that you are doing something wrong. But it's not that you are doing something wrong. So to shift this, you need to come back and basically you need to come back to yourself and reconnect with the why and the feeling of your desire, not the thing itself. So basically, a lot of times when we are trying to manifest something, so let's say, for example, you are manifesting a new car, for instance, then what a lot of people intend to do is they focus too much on the car itself. So you want to manifest a car, but instead of focusing on the why and the feeling of having that car, driving that car, what would that provide for you? They tend to focus more on the car itself. So at the end of the day, you are not putting in the feeling that you would have when you are driving or having this car that you are trying to manifest. So we have to get behind our desires and really come from a place of knowing why and reconnect with the feeling of having that intended thing, whatever you are trying to manifest. Okay, and then the last one at number 5, this is when you have lost touch with your feminine side and your rituals and devotions. So this could be, like I said, when you are disconnected from your feminine energy. And we all need our feminine energy. It plays such a big role. Our masculine energy as well, but it's a balance that we need to find for both of the energies to coexist. So, but when sometimes it happens that when we are not aligned with our feminine energy and we are focused on the masculine energy more than on the feminine energy, this is where the energy clashes. So basically, we are trying to force things from the masculine side, trying to hustle and to go and to make everything work, but it's not working. At the end of the day, we need to find a balance between both feminine and masculine energies. So a way to shift this is to practice anything that makes you happy, that brings you back to your feminine energy, and to activate your feminine energy every single day. And this could be stuff like sacred rituals that you maybe do for yourself, meditation, or anything else that basically feels sacred to you. But also remember to always practice something that works for you. So don't do something because this guy is doing this and that woman is doing that, and oh, look at her, she's got everything figured out and she's doing this and I'm going to do that. And no, you have to find something that works for you. So like for instance, in my own personal journey and my own personal life, I use yoga and meditation every day to reconnect with my feminine energy and to keep me in alignment with my desires, my spiritual business, and everything that I'm actually trying to create in my personal life as well as my business life. So like I said, anything that works for you, any sacred devotion and practice, meditation, anything else that works for you, but find something that works for you and tailor it to yourself, something that aligns once again with your energy, your soul. So it has to be soul led. Otherwise, at the end of the day, we are then again falling back into the masculine energy side of things, where we are trying to please everyone else and doing this because these people are doing it this way and I'm going to do it this way because this is working for her and this is working for him, so it's going to work for me. No, every person is an individual by themselves. So you can't do what everything or what everyone else is doing. Okay, so Always find something that works for you. Okay, and then to close off today's video, I also want to remind you that these signs aren't here to punish you. The universe doesn't send us these signs to punish us. Instead, it's actually loving nudges from our higher self so that we can be in alignment and realign ourselves. So, thank you once again for watching. And if this resonated with you today, please give it a like, subscribe, and also let me know in the comments which sign recently showed up for you. So, I would really be interested in knowing what signs show up for everyone out there. If you would like more content on energetic alignment, manifestation, mindset, and that goddess embodiment, then this space is definitely for you. So, thanks again so much for watching, my beautiful souls, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.